And once again, the devotees. I just feel like, 2 days didn't hear Gaura-kathā. I feel like I'm in a desert. And now with this Gaura-kathā, there is a lot of hope in Gaura-kathā. This word causeless mercy. Gaura-kathā is all about causeless mercy. I don't have any qualification. There is no reason for the mercy to come to me. It still comes to me. That is causeless mercy. So Gaura-kathā is about causeless mercy. Really. Causeless mercy. Because what happens is, when we are in a doership mode, in other words, I have to do something to fix this. If I don't do anything about it, it will not get fixed. So I have to fix it, basically. I have to fix it. And if it looks like it gets fixed, then, so I am the one that fixed this. We're kind of caught up in this. Generally, we tend to think like that. Say if there's a job interview, right? A job interview hai, okay. Interview preparation karna hai, okay. But just because you do the interview preparation, do you get selected for the job? No. So, I prepare for the interview. I have to. What are the most common questions asked? Yeah. And what is the requirement of that company? Okay. Necessary gathered information, gather them. And gather your thoughts together. Show up there. That part is there. And then what happens during the interview? What happens after the interview? There are certain things which are not totally under our control. Totally under our intelligence, our knowledge, our ability. That is that we tend to ignore them. So what happens is, say if somebody gets the job, well and good. Oh, because I prepared. Now I have to prove it. The way I prepared for the interview, I have to show how much I can do for this company. And then work, show, work, show. For some reason, somebody else that is better than me who has come to work, and they have to replace, what's going to happen to my life? Just caught up in this. That kind of thinking. That's the thinking that we kind of live in. Majority of our thinking is like that. Even if it is work or even if it is with people, the same thinking that comes to Bhakti. If I do not do this 16 rounds, I cannot go back to Godhead. I will go to back. I'll go to back home, back to Godhead when I do this 16 rounds. So I should do this 16 rounds. What? Really? 16 rounds will take you to Goloka? Just because we do 16 rounds, we go to Goloka? This is karma-kāṇḍa mentality. Because I do it, I get it. And if I don't get it, I get depressed or angry, or I lose faith. And I don't feel like doing it. What is the point of doing it? Because I don't get it even when I do it. Karma-kāṇḍa mentality. That's not Bhakti mentality. That's karma-kāṇḍa mentality. Where is the place for causeless mercy here? Where Bhakti is all about causeless mercy? So without our knowledge, we tend to understand bhakti like that and do it, practice it like that. And at the same time, because we think, oh, because I've done so much service and now I think I'm advancing. So for me to continue to advance, to stay advanced like this, I have to do this. Otherwise, I will not, it's not considered advancing in service. So I have to work hard, somehow keep it going. ये क्या है? Unless I do it, I cannot prove it. I don't have a place here. That is in bhakti also, we feel anxious, we feel insecure, and we feel like we have to do so much. And if we don't do anything, we just don't match with the crowd around, the devotees. So I have to do something to be a part of this, do something, show something, prove something. Same mentality. Then bhakti doesn't feel so sukham anymore. Instead of doing that 8 to 5 job outside, I'm doing the same thing here. Aarti, bell ringing, okay, prasadam cooking, okay, speaking. बाहर का lecture है, in the school or university, यहाँ का speaking. Same thing. As a mentality. This is the mentality of karma-kāṇḍa. Only when I do something, I get it. I have to do it. I have to prove it. Otherwise, I don't get it. Like that. So, the thing is, unless I do it, I will not get it. And only because I did it, I got it. So, I will get it by my doing. See, we 16 Rajana came as an instruction. I want to follow their instruction. And I hear bhakti is about causeless mercy. So what I got is mercy. I want to honor this mercy. It's not that I want to get something with these 16 rounds. No, I'm simply honoring the mercy that is given to me. That's bhakti. That mood is bhakti. If that mood is not there, the same chanting becomes karma-kāṇḍa. Where there is karma-kāṇḍa, there is anxiety, there is self-centeredness, there is no happiness, there is doership, there is competition, there is comparison, all this. So, angas of bhakti are there, but they have to be, it becomes bhakti and sukham when every part of is taken as mercy, except prasad. Nama 16, Bhagavan. Even though we may or may not understand tattva in depth, at least this mood. And the mood is generally, the thing is, this mood comes by default when tattva seeps into us. We don't need separate effort. We naturally feel like that. Bhakti, this is what? Everything is so wonderful. Everything is mercy in bhakti. We feel it naturally without any effort. Up until then, even if not feeling it naturally, then at least we are hearing who is giving Bhagavan the process. Not that I should get something out of it. It's not that I have to perform this seva and I get something out of it. No, seva itself is a mercy. It's not that 16 rounds and I will get this. All my anarthas go away and this comes and good things come. And yes, they come. They come or they may not come. But still, I want to honor because it is mercy. That mode is bhakti. Yeah, like that. So when that mode is there, Why 16 notes? Even one Kṛṣṇa. Done. Susukham. Without that mood, 64 rounds also like a marathon. Yeah. Yeah. So we have to remember this, devotees, dear devotees. We have to hear this. Oh, this is Bhakti. These words should ring in our ears. Oh, this is Bhakti. I don't have to sweat here. I simply have to honor. We have to hear this. So Gaura-kathā is about that causeless mercy. Causeless mercy. That's why it just feels like, whoa. Abundant hope. Abundant hope. Generally, we tend to, because we want to learn, we want to learn the etiquette and we want to learn how to think, how to do it right. Gaurachandra is showing in his pastimes, this is how a devotee should think. This is how a devotee's achar should be, practice should be, behavior should be. So that is at least the superficial layer of the ocean of Gaura-kathā. That is very wonderful. That's very wonderful that Bhagavan is showing. This is what dependence on Nama means. This is what humility means. Because Gaurachandra sees only Kṛṣṇa everywhere. Everything is what Kṛṣṇa, 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 Kṛṣṇa for Radharani. Right? So everything is Kṛṣṇa's, everybody is Kṛṣṇa's, and Gaura loves Kṛṣṇa so much, Radharani loves Kṛṣṇa so much. The devotees are so lovable for Gaura because Gaura loves Kṛṣṇa so much. So he's showing this is tattva. When bhakti is understood in tattva, our practice will not remain superficial. Not I will try to. It will not remain on that level. When we understand in tattva, then the foundation gets there. It may take a little time for the foundation. Foundation is below the ground. It may take a little time for the structure to show up later. But foundation to ban raha hai na. When the structure comes up, it doesn't shake. Otherwise, when it is not practiced in tattva, this tattva is an understanding that is based on a reality that never changes with whatever mind has to say. Means when I see a devotee, I bow down to a devotee. I bow down and I want to bow down, regardless of whatever mind says or whatever the devotee thinks about me, want to do, don't want to do, whatever. Because it is tattva. Devotee means they belong to Bhagavan. Do I not bow down to Bhagavan? Then why don't I bow down to the Bhagavan's bhaktas? That's tattva. It doesn't depend upon my mood. It doesn't depend upon what this mind has to say. It doesn't depend upon what this crippled intelligence have to come up say. Doesn't depend on anything. So like that. So Gaurachandra's achar is all based on tattva. He loves devotees so much because he loves Kṛṣṇa so much. And the devotees they offer loving service to Kṛṣṇa. So like that. For Radharani, everything is about Kṛṣṇa. So like that. So Gaurachandra is like that. Gaura-kathā is like that. The whole achar is based on tattva. So we get to know, oh, this is how I should think. This is how I should practice bhakti. With that kind of foundation and roots of tattva. That is in Gaura-kathā. So whole practice is based on tattva, and there is abundant rasa. Okay, we may not be able to understand or experience any of that rasa yet. First rasa that can be experienced is the humility. We may not be able to right now. Gradually the rasa may come. But that is also there in Gaura-kathā. The greatest rasa qualification, and is sweating hard to do bhakti. The greatest rasa that conditioned soul can experience the rasa cause mercy. Oh, okay. So I don't have to sweat hard. It's not that I have to have some qualification. When we mercy hai, abundant hope and only hope in bhakti. And there is no feeling of hopelessness. Helplessness can be there. Of course, we are helpless. And that's why we are depend on Guru and Kṛṣṇa. But hopelessness will not be there. Abundant hope. We understand that we are not qualified at all. What? Abundant hope. The two simultaneously they are present. That is causeless mercy. I like that. So this is all Gaura-kathā. That's why when a soul gets these mellows, when we start to practice bhakti with this understanding, yeah, when we see Gaurāṅga Mahāprabhu performing his pastimes with the devotees and all the devotees associates also, especially Gaurāṅga Mahāprabhu, because he has come to show us this is how you understand and practice bhakti. Bhagavan himself came as a devotee. So when we are understanding and practicing bhakti like that, not sentimentally, exactly like what Gaura taught and how Gaura is doing. Gaura taught us bhakti, tattva, and Gaura's practice is all based on tattva. So when we understand, when we hear, understand and practice bhakti like this as shown by Gaurāṅga Mahāprabhu, the mellows will come. Then when a devotee is prepared like that, when the bhakti is going on like that, internally, yeah, and what is there internally shows up externally. Effortlessly, naturally it shows up externally. So when the bhakti is flowing out, inside out like that, then any katha of Kṛṣṇa, wow, because it is with Gaura-kathā just gets the ground very prepared, very prepared. Nityanandaram takes us to Gaurachandram. So no matter what, whatever challenges may come that we see from it externally or whatever the mind has to say, if we simply stay with Gaura Bhaktas and continue the seva, in other words, simply stay with Nityanandaram, Gaura Priyajana. That's all. Even if we don't have faith, even if we don't understand what this Gaura-kathā is about, stay with Gaura Priyajana, Nityanandaram's representatives, and hear Gaura-kathā with determination. The faith will come. So with this determination and faith, then we will understand more about Gaura, the teachings and prachar and instructions of Gaura. And then our bhakti will be practiced in light of that. So when this is happening, it's like what? The nama, Nama doesn't just be just syllables anymore. The whole Sri Sikshashtakam is about Nama, Nama Smarana. And Gaurāṅga Mahāprabhu is saying, this is how you should see Nama. These are the changes that happen. When we hear about Gaura, understand Gaura, and then we come to know Gaurāṅga Mahāprabhu and Harinam Sankirtana, Prema Nama, and they are inseparable. Gaurāṅga Mahāprabhu is equal to Prema Nama, not just even Harinama. We will understand that also. And that's it. One gets established in the Nama, and by that time one knows, whoa, there is Prema here in the Nama. Then whatever we hear, the Rupa Guna Leela of Bhagavan. Then there is no effort. When we are hearing the Rupa Guna Leela of Bhagavan, when our ground is prepared like this inside, any Rupa Guna Leela of Bhagavan, then we'll be like a bumblebee. Wow. Then the mind doesn't go anywhere. Any casual conversation, Kṛṣṇa has peacock feather. Whoa, that's it. Enough. That is Kṛṣṇa. Nama is there. Kṛṣṇa has peacock feather. Okay, Rupa is there. And Kṛṣṇa is glancing. Whoa. That is a bonus. Done. Kṛṣṇa is glancing is a pastime on a devotee. Just glancing on a devotee. Enough. Kṛṣṇa has a peacock feather and is glancing on Srimati Radharani or devotees. Done. Kṛṣṇa kada ho gaya. That just sets us in absorption. Just that is enough for the japa to go on 16 rounds, 64 rounds. That will be the taste on the Rupa Guna Leela of Bhagavan. When the ground is prepared like this. When the ground is not prepared like this internally, we hear and hear Rupa Guna Leela of Bhagavan. So wonderfully spoken outside, but the mind goes here and there. Even if the mind stays here and stays during the katha, what happens to this mind after the katha? We don't know. Because we are not, when we are situated, when the ground is prepared like this internally with Bhakti in Tattva like that, then the Rupa Guna Leela will sit. So this is the significance of Gaura-kathā. So many things are there in Gaura-kathā. And the rasa of causeless mercy. There is no question of disheartenment at all. So all these things. And that's why I feel like, wow. Yeah. cloud of mercy. Causeless mercy is here. Gaura-kathā. So that's one thing. What I actually wanted to reflect was on Swarupa Damodara. How that scholarly Brahmana, he thought he had qualification of the Sanskrit scholar, but he had Tattva Brahma. He didn't even know the fundamentals. That is Tattva Brahma about Bhagavan. See, that Brahmana, scholarly Brahmana, okay, he is a great scholar. Great scholar. But what saved him is not his scholarliness. And he was in Tattva Brahma. He didn't even know who Bhagavan is, who Caitanya Mahāprabhu is in Tattva. He just understood in a sentimental aspect and then combined Jagannath Swami and Mahāprabhu and came up with some poetry sentimentally. And devotees who were just only little emotional and didn't know much about Tattva, like Swarupa Damodara, they clapped. So, this scholarly devotee, he didn't know anything about Tattva. But he is scholarly in terms of, Vedic knowledge. So, that Vedic knowledge was of no use at all, number one. On top of that, he had Tattva Brahma. He had no idea about Tattva at all. That's number two. Both of them disqualifications. But greatest qualification he had is when Swarupa Damodara pointed out, what are you speaking? Stop this nonsense. This is not tattva. When Swarupa Damodara said, in front of everybody, until then, that Brahmana, he was applauded. And he was a relative of, that associate of Mahāprabhu, Bhagavan Thakur, somebody. So his position was also strong. He was a relative of the associate of Mahāprabhu. And he was so respected for his scholarliness and Vedic knowledge. And he presented the poetry so well. And everybody applauded and gave him such respect. All this has happened. And immediately Sarvam Swarupa Damodara, how would that person feel? He had a choice to just, in one of those pastimes where Haridas Thakura, that person could not stand Haridas Thakura's fame and he challenged, if the Nama is not so glorious, your nose should fall off like that. So this scholar also had a choice to react like that. He didn't do that. And he would have felt, he could have felt very upset and just left the whole assembly, not saying anything. But he did not do that. What he felt immediately was, oh, I have committed some mistake. I didn't know about that. I am so sorry. That was his natural response. This is the qualification he had to receive mercy from Swarupa Damodara. So the soul was ready. It's not that we have to be mistake-free to get the mercy. No. Jiva does commits mistakes all the time. But he was ready. Thinking, oh, what, I have committed some grave mistake here. I did not give proper respect. I didn't have proper understanding about the Mahāprabhu. So he was repenting. He was repenting. That was the qualification. So Swarupa Damodara, he saw, oh, here is repentance going on. This is the ripe soul. That's why he said, don't worry. All you have to do is stay with the Gaura-kathā. Then you will get the tattva, then you will get the rasa. For Swarupa Damodara to say that, he had to see that the soul, was the soul ready? He saw that soul was ready, and that's why he said, he instructed, okay, you stay here. You will get both the tattva and rasa. If the devotee, if the scholar has done something different, he wouldn't have gotten the mercy. So the what decides our understanding, our how mercy comes to us is, the deciding factors of mercy is causeless. Are we ready to receive that causeless mercy? That's the only thing. How do we know that one is ready to receive? Faith. Yes. Swarupa Damodara. Yes. So Swarupa Damodara is saying, so I will get this tattva and rasa. Faith. Faith and simplicity, they go together. Just that. The faith, if we have that faith, this is how we know, oh, this soul is receptive. Receptive means we are having that faith. Simply, that. With the faith, the package deal is, faith means simplicity is there. And that means submission. Yes, I have trust in you. I have faith in your words, and yes, I submit to your words. And yes, you please tell me. So there's a package deal here. Faith, simplicity, submission. That's all. In general words, it is called receptive. But receptive is just a general term. How big, how deep is the receptive? So that is full faith, like that. Then the tattva will come. Then the rasa will come. So we don't have to have anything but just this faith. Even if we are full of mistakes, no problem. All we need is that faith. That will attract the causeless mercy of the Bhagavata. and they will do the rest. Sometimes what happens is, people, some devotees who want to get initiated, they think they have to know something, and they have to acquire some knowledge, they have to get some faith, and then wait and see who they should take initiation from, like that. None of these things are very wrong. But Diksha, initiation means, Śaraṇāgati means, how ready is the soul? What is the mood of the soul? Hey Bhagavan, this is my yearning for you. Please show me some mercy. Please give me some arrangement. That mood inside, that I am dependent on your mercy. Please show me some arrangement and please indicate me. And this is the Gurudeva that you are sending to me. That dependency, that is required. Then that soul is ready for initiation. Then when the initiation happens, wherever it is and however it is, the soul is already ready. Most of the anartha is gone right there. If that mood is not there, okay, I will prepare myself and I'll go around and I'll check and I will decide. And with my understanding, I have to choose. So that mood of I have to do something about it. I have to get this knowledge. It is me that I have to see when I'm ready for this initiation. That me, I have to do that mood is there in the soul. Even if the initiation happens, then external initiation may happen, but internally, me, I have to decide what seva I should do. I may hear from Gurudev, you do this, you do that, but I will decide whether I have to do it or not. That mentality will continue. The point is, how eager is the soul, how receptive is the soul, how humble is the soul, how dependent is the soul. That's the point, before initiation or after initiation. That mood of the soul is Diksha. And then Bhagavan does the arrangement accordingly. If that mood is not there, even if Bhagavan is doing the arrangements also, they will not be able to see. They are blinded. Like that. That's all. So that's all. And the devotees. So we have heard about the Gaura-kathā, significance of it, causeless mercy, the tattva, practice of bhakti based on tattva, and then the rasa comes. All this is present in Gaura-kathā. And if we are not able to understand that, at least we should just, like Nityananda Ram brings us to Gaura, we should just be in the association of Gaura Bhaktas, follow the instruction of Gaura Prajana, just be with the Gaura Bhaktas with determination, and then slowly we will understand all the elements of Gaura-kathā. And then how Gaura-kathā makes our inner self so ready for Rupa Guna Leela of Kṛṣṇa Katha. That, and then next one is what is the qualification to receive the causeless mercy? It's a faith, simplicity, which causes submission. That's all. It's not so much about how many mistakes are there. One single thing, faith. And the last one is initiation, means it's the mood of the soul. Diksha is mood. What mood do I have inside? That's all. That's all, Prabhu. That's all, dear devotees. I know it's 8 o'clock now. Prabhu will just give a minute for quick reflections. And if there is anything, any questions or something, we'll continue that tomorrow. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dear devotees, if anybody wants to ask in a minute, you can please share your reflections or ask anything if you have any doubts.
If we don't hear anything in 30 seconds, we can go for the shloka, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Please accept my pranams.
My pranams.
I will not take more than 30 seconds. It's more of an appreciation, Mataji. I will just what you were saying today, I feel that if we can just understand that bhakti is not something that you sweat about. Happens by descending mercy. This one thing itself, Mataji, is just, if it could be told again and again and again, so much. Otherwise, like, so many lifetimes, years goes away in just this whole doership and, perfection and all these other things that devotees get caught up in. It's painful sometimes, Mataji, when we see that.
Thanks.
Yeah. And that, oh my God, even little bit, like what I am saying for myself is just this little, I don't have that deep understanding, it's growing yet. But even that little bit of understanding when I have got, I feel that so much pain has gone away, there is no,
Right.
it has just gone. And when I see some others that are, in not there, or they're still struggling with this whole thing of, oh, this is so difficult. I don't think I can get it. Then, I start feeling, oh, I wish, you could just get this, that it's not about us. It's not about us doing something here. This Gaura factor, Oh, Mataji, I don't know. It'll just, yeah. And that faith, Mataji, that faith. I think then from what you're saying, it's the simplicity of the soul, right? That that when, for some people, when they hear, they just understand, okay. And when the simplicity is not there, no matter what you hear, you don't hear, because you're still thinking, I have to do. That's that Maya of Kṛṣṇa is just, oh, I don't know, Mataji. Yeah, I just had to say that. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for saying it.
Thank you. Yeah, Bhakti gets paid
Thank you so much.
without that. Prabhu.
Please, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji. Please continue.
No, go ahead, Prabhu. That's it.
Yes, Mataji, I just want to share, Mataji. I thought that while after the class, I wanted to ask you, please list out some tattvas so that I will note down. Like bowing down to every devotee, whether our mind clicks or not. I want to ask the list, but at the end of the class, I understood that everything our Acharya discussed is a tattva.
Yes, you got it. Yes, that's why Acharya Vani is equal to Tattva. Yes.